Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. How to be better, how to focus on your work, or rather how to regain your focus on work. These are the major issues that face you every day. I agree, it can be very hard to concentrate on your work with all the inevitable distractions that you face. There is a continuous struggle between distractions and focusing on your work. But then work has to be done. Especially when the holiday season is there, then it makes much more difficult to focus on work. And if you work from home, then it's much more challenging because the distractions increase and there is no hard discipline of the office imposed on you. It's a self-discipline. Nevertheless, there are several techniques to overcome these inevitable distractions and can enable you to refocus on your work. These techniques are well known. There's nothing strange about them. But the only thing is that people ordinarily don't use these techniques. It's much easier to go with the flow. It's much easier to succumb to the distraction. It's much more convenient to let the easy way out, find it out. But there's a way going downhill. Focus on the work is a prime need. And you need to regain the focus, especially when the distractions increase. So what are these techniques? I'll talk of only 5 techniques today. Easy. And anybody who adopts them would find his attention focused on the job. First is when you're doing something, take frequent breaks. You see, people ordinarily think that you sit on a desk and slow down. Work. No. Take frequent breaks. Especially if you're a remote employee, if you're working from home. It's quite easy to work too long without stopping. Well, I've been working for 6 hours and then I'm exhausted. Why work for 6 hours? Work for 1 hour. Take a break of 5 minutes, work another for 5 hours, then you would not have that mental fatigue of having worked for 6 hours. So take frequent breaks. And I, in my career, both as an employee and as a CEO and as a strategist, have always taken frequent breaks, even when I'm writing. After I've written something, unless there is something, a continuous break, which I keep on. But reading, definitely. I take a break, I look around, I walk even, do anything. So, you have got to take a break. And the reason is that not only working non-stop drains you, but it also takes a physical toll. Sitting on one place, or even standing on one place, is going to be very, very unhealthy. So from the health point of view, it's important. And then when you're working too long and continuously on one job, it becomes monotonous. And monotony is always killing. So the best thing is take a frequent break. And the habit you should develop is take a short break every hour. This is a golden rule. 60 minutes, 5 minutes, 60 minutes, 5 minutes. This will enable you to reconnect with your work much easier. Taking that short break would allow you to disconnect from your computer of mind. And in that short break, take a short walk, stretch yourself, go to the kitchen, have a healthy snack, whatever you want to do it, but must do it. There is no second thought about it. So that's the first technique. The second is, again, easy and interesting. Reward yourself. We always look forward to the reward from others. Why don't we think that we have to reward ourselves as well? If you are having trouble staying motivated, use a reward to help you focus on work. For example, you can promise yourself that you can have a cup of your favorite coffee as soon as you finish your presentation. That you will have a ice cream or a chocolate after having completed work. This will inspire you. And it's not only children who want to be rewarded. It's everybody, adults, old people, young people, they want to be rewarded. And rewards value is not important. The sense that it is there. So self-rewarding can be inspiring. You can give yourself something to look forward to at the end of the day. Reward can be going to a movie. Reward can be going on a spree. Some example could include, for example, rewarding yourself with your favorite podcast, watching a video, and if everything fails, have a sauna or a long hot bath. Sauna is very helpful if you can have it. Have a massage, whatever, but reward yourself. That rewarding yourself has two benefits. A, you get something new, a new experience adds to your capability, and then the hope of getting the reward would remove any distraction. Well, I've got to do it. Third technique, again very easy. Hell with the indoors. Let the outdoors attract you. So get out. Get out and go outdoors. As a matter of fact, in these breaks, I remember I used to do when I was working. I would climb down a few stairs. My office was on the 4th floor. So I'll climb down and then climb up. Fair enough. And that will energize me. Otherwise, you can always wander around. Take a round of the shopping arcade if you are in a shopping arcade. If there is a garden, go in the garden. If there is a rooftop, in one of my offices, I was on the top floor, so one stair up and I was on the rooftop and I'll gaze around, and that was a lovely sight. So, getting outside does wonders for your motivation level. Even a quick walk around the block, say in the office complex, so around the block, that will declutter your mind. Decluttering your mind will make you feel fresh. It's like, as I always say, defragmenting the hard disk of your mind. The sight, the sound, which is not connected to the office, would rejuvenate you. But then, the sense of work which you have left undone will attract you back, and you will have fresh energy to go and tackle it. So getting outdoors is extremely important. Another point which is to be considered with this is sunshine, light, natural light, not the light in your office or your cabin. That is extremely important. And if you have fresh air as well, these two are the most positive things that can enable your body to counteract all the lethargy, all the trouble. So get out. Get out to enjoy the sun. Get out to enjoy the fresh air. Get out to enjoy the sight and sound of the people. See the humanity moving. Not just like mindless ants. Look at the sights and sounds. Rejuvenate you. Get back to your work. And believe me, you'll be much more focused than you were earlier. As a matter of fact, if the weather permits, you might even consider a workstation outside, whether it's a balcony, or a porch, or your yard. What prohibits you from picking up your laptop and going in the porch and sitting over there and start working? And then after every 20 minutes, you know the formula of 20, 20, 20. 20 minutes work, then 20 seconds look 20 meters away. This is ideal for maintaining your eyesight, for your increasing your concentration, and also for making you fresh. So 20, 20, 20 is the formula you should adopt. And working outside is not a problem. You are connected more. And you are reinforced all the time. Your breaks can be different. Instead of 5 minutes of every hour, after every 20 minutes, 20-second break. But it adds up. And getting outdoors can also help you to make the transition from work to family time. Then going for a walk, taking your dog for a walk at the end of the day, these go a long way in helping you decompress. And basically you need to decompress yourself, and that will enable you, motivate you to work harder. Your focus would be more sharp. And that's what you. And the fourth technique, declutter. Going out, taking a break is decluttering your mind, but declutter your office. No, not only decluttering your office will help you focus on work, but it's also good for your mental and physical health. University of California, LA, conducted a research. It was very interesting research. And after the research, which had a large sample of 26,000 people, they identified and they concluded that there's a direct link between stress hormones and clutter. If there's a clutter, your stress hormone cortisol would go up. In a neat, clean, well-kept, well-lighted office, your stress level is much low. Then there was another study conducted at Stanford, and they found that the people who come from extremely cluttered homes are 77% more likely to be overweight. Now, what's the reason for that, I can't say. But that's a base of the study, where again the sample was over 10,000. Even if I take the deviation at 5%, 77% at the most will come to 72%. But 72% are overweight simply because they are living in extremely cluttered homes. So if your office is cluttered, your stress level automatically would be much higher. And that you don't want to be. And when your stress level is low, your focus on the work would sharply increase. So what's the next? That's managing your energy. You see, we manage time, we manage people, we manage paper. But have we ever thought that we have also got to manage time? Managing time is one of the most important things. The only thing is we don't care. And energy will never bother. And that's a problem. And managing your energy means using your energy, using your capabilities for the maximum productivity, because this is crucial to your work. Human body is a clock, and the internal rhythms in a human body are different for everybody. A, B, C. There is no such thing that there can be some commonality in them. There are sharp differences in energy. Some of us are night owls. Some are the morning larks. My day starts at 3 in the morning. I'm a lark. They are owls. So when you have got to decide according to your body, when you are more focused and more capable work, where you are prone not to working, all that. So once you decide your body clock, which gives you the ideal optimum time for working, work at that time. If it's early morning, schedule your major projects to align with that time frame. Now, especially this is much more easier now when you're working from home. That adds flexibility to your working. So focus on what you can control and arrange your activities to take advantage of natural high and low energy times. In high energy time you can focus much more. So the breaks would be correspondingly increased or decreased. Now remember one thing. If you want to refocus on your work, or rather regain the lost focus on your work, remember, your ability to focus on work is like a muscle. Human body is muscle. The more you exercise, the better it gets. So while it may be a little tricky initially, but with practice you can train your brain to overcome almost any distraction. I remember we had in our school the test, the concentration test, they used to call it, in Bishop Cotton's Assembly. Now what my principal did was very simple. He said, okay, here's the test, you have got to do the test. And then what he would do, and this was basically done for the top 10 students in each class, and it will be done by turns. When the students were given a test, the school band would come out and start playing, creating cacophony, noise, and other students would be asked to create as much noise as you can, as a distraction. Some would sing, some would shout, some would play even football or handball or whatever. But variety of distractions were there. And then you got to work. Now that focusing on the work told us how to manage our mind and focus. And those tests, among the cacophony of sound and noise, enabled us to have a laser sharp attention to the work. And that was extremely useful. So, train your brains. And these 5 strategies I've talked today will enable you to train your brains and become refocused on work. And that's what you want. To be a better human being, to be a better human being, to be a better employer, to be a better employee, to be a better companion. You've got to focus on work, whether it's office work or home work, whether it's kitchen or cleaning your dishes, whatever. Focusing is of prime need. And these strategies which I've told you are extremely helpful, provided you train your brain accordingly so that distractions can be overcome. These are means to overcome the distraction. That's it. And training your brain is the most important part. Once you do it, there is no going back. Thank you.